moan or moan. She moaned in agony while mourning her dead child. What's the difference? M-O-A-N, moan, is a long, low sound someone makes when they are suffering or experiencing pleasure. It can also be used for complaining, as in, the British always moan about the weather. M-O-U-R-N, mourn, is to grieve, to show sorrow and regret over the death or passing of someone or something. Let's look at some examples. One must mourn not the death of men but their birth. I had been so in love with her, and part of me needed to mourn that loss of feeling. A low, wondrous moan rippled through the crowd. She gave a low moan of despair. They had little time to be lonely or to mourn for their old way of life. The widow wore black in mourning. Certainly, if a father dies or abandons a child, the child will understandably mourn. The bartender listened to the man complain and moan. I don't want to sound unduly negative, but I simply couldn't see what there was to mourn. She gave a low moan of despair. It was an eerie moan of wind wherever we stopped. A high-pitched moan of machinery, loud enough to make conversation difficult. When the government is finally brought down, no one will mourn its passing. She had to mourn for her friends who died in the accident. We all mourn their passing, but life goes on without them. Church services were held to mourn the victims of the fire. We mourn the tens of millions of people who lost their lives. They mourn the passing of a simpler way of life. Today we mourn all those who died in 2 world wars. I really mourn the loss of that gold watch. We all mourn the destruction of a well-loved building. Few will mourn his passing. Hundreds of people gathered to mourn the slain president. When a son marries, his family may, with reason, mourn the dissolution of the way things were.